I'm going to tell you why I wouldn't be surprised if the Detroit Lions retain offensive coordinator Jim Bob Cooter. We back, Motor City Sports Talk. Your boy CJ Goodfellow, we in the building. Appreciate everybody checking in one time for the one time. We grinding. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell icon button. Want to make a donation to the channel? That link's in the description. Appreciate everybody who does donate. And just do me one favor. Just share the videos is what I ask. But, you know, it would be the SOL same thing. Same old Lions to bring back Jim Bob Cooter. And I wouldn't be surprised if they brought back Jim Bob Cooter. Everybody just thinks it's a foregone conclusion that the Detroit Lions are going to get rid of Jim Bob Cooter, okay? We seen the Minnesota Vikings fire Home Depot. What is it? John Filippo, whatever his name was. And they had some success with their offense versus the Miami Dolphins, even though their best cornerback, Xavier Howard, was out. They ran the ball more. They kept it simplified, whoever the new offensive coordinator is for the Minnesota Vikings. We seen Terrell also get fired from the Cincinnati Bengals, and it didn't do much, okay? The defense is still terrible. They still losing games, okay? So at the end of the day, is it loyalty to Jim Bob Cooter, him staying with the Lions? I don't know if it's loyalty. Matt Patricia don't have no ties to him. Jim Bob Cooter is there on the behalf of Bob Quinn and Matthew Stafford, I would believe. But like I said, it wouldn't shock me why Jim Bob Cooter will be retained, okay? One reason wouldn't shock me because I think Matthew Stafford still like Jim Bob Cooter, even though it's being said, and then you can see it on the field, they're handcuffing Matthew Stafford because, for one, they didn't have the offensive weapons this season to compete, okay? In the beginning, they had Marvin Jones and Golden Tate and Kenny Galladay, and they barely lose Kerryon Johnson. I think that was by design, but that's so they can use that as an excuse, okay? Our offensive line play wasn't that good this year, and this is what we're going to do to change it up this year, okay? They can use that as an excuse, the lack of weapons, the lack of having a right guard, the whole right side of the line playing terrible with T.J. Lang and Rick Wagner and them type of guys. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to find some excuse to keep Jim Bob Cooter. Okay, I'm trying to tell you, they're gonna find some type of excuse to keep him. All right, everybody knows Jim Bob Cooter been a problem ever since he got here. Okay, other than that little half a season he had success in, he has no true system. I mean, I don't know where he get his plays from. Okay. He had an all summer, all off season to install new plays. He didn't install shit. You know what I'm saying? And he should have been fired after the first couple games, man, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But maybe Matt Patricia said, I could fire myself because my defense ain't playing well, too. I mean, they came out there and lost to 2 rookie quarterbacks this year. You know, they lost to 2 rookie quarterbacks. They just lost to Josh Allen, and they lost the first game of the season to Sam Darnold, who was piss poor. You know what I'm saying? Piss poor. And Stafford had, 4 or 5 picks in the Jets game and only produced 13 points in the Buffalo Bills game. Okay? And I'm going to believe that a lot of people giving the grunt of the blame to Jim Bob Cooter, but I believe Matthew Stafford is going to come out, and I'm going to tell you why it's going to come out, that Matthew Stafford is to blame more than people think. Okay? It's going to come out that Matthew Stafford is to blame more. Because once they get a new offensive coordinator, and then y'all start blaming that's the offensive coordinator, it was Linehan, it was Joe Lombardi, it was Jim Bob Cooter, then whoever the next offensive coordinator is, if they choose to get one. I believe they're starting to realize that Matthew Stafford is the problem. I think if they keep Jim Bob Cooter, that means they know they got a problem with Matthew Stafford. If they get rid of Jim Bob Cooter and they get another offensive coordinator and he don't work, then I think you got to know it's Matthew Stafford at that point. That's 4 offensive coordinators, okay? 4. Okay? But my problem with Jim Bob Cooter, where he still get the lion's share of the blame, which Patricia and Bob Quinn get some shares as well, I would say it's 30% Patricia and Bob Quinn fault for the Lions offense. I would say it's 20% Matthew. I say 20% Matthew Stafford fault. So that's 50%. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go 30% Matthew Stafford fault. And then I'm going to go 40% Jim Bob Cooter fault. I'm not going to give Jim Bob Cooter the grunt of the blame. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they kept Jim Bob Cooter there, okay? Matthew Stafford kept him, and Bob Quinn chose to keep Matthew Stafford happy, and Matt Patricia, if he could have came here and said, I don't want to keep him, I want to bring my own guy. I don't care what Stafford say. So everybody has blame in this situation for Jim Bob Cooter being here. Jim Bob Cooter problem is that he's inexperienced. He didn't know how to run the ball. He ran it better this year, but remember, they had an offensive run game coordinator, new offensive line coach. He doesn't know how to utilize tight ends. He doesn't know how to, no route concepts. It's no trick. It's no. He don't have. How can I put it? He don't have any imagination. He don't have no creativity with his route concepts. Okay. You know. So he get about 40% of the blame, man. But he got the largest chunk out of the pie. All right, because he sucks. But it wouldn't shock me one bit. It wouldn't shock me one bit if they retained Jim Bob Cooter. It wouldn't surprise. Honestly, pause this video and comment. Would it shock anybody if the Detroit Lions retained Jim Bob Cooter? Would it shock anybody if the Detroit Lions retained Jim Bob Cooter? Because it wouldn't shock me. That's the same old Lions thing to do. Okay? They can blame the right side of the offensive line. They can blame Frank Ragnow being a rookie. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't put the Kerryon Johnson thing on him. Kerryon Johnson usage rate was already predetermined when he got here. You know, I read the articles. Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia say they didn't want to use him as an every down back. I mean, they said that because of how many carries he had in college last year. They didn't want to overutilize him. All right? So I get it. I told you guys. I did a video on it. They said they want him to be more of a slasher complimentary back. So I knew it was going to be a running back by committee. But we all knew from game one he was the most talented back. So you don't take a back that high. And it came out, they didn't even want Kerryon Johnson. They wanted Rashad Penny, and now he's injured too. He had a few good runs this season, but he couldn't find his way. Sucked in pass protection with Kerryon Johnson, excelled at. And they really didn't even showcase Kerryon Johnson full skill sets this year. He's a better receiver out the backfield than Theo Riddick probably. He never got an opportunity to really utilize that skill set because they had already predetermined that Blunt was going to be the power guy. Theo Riddick was going to be the guy catching out the backfield, and Kerryon Johnson was going to be the guy that kind of did a little bit of both. You know, and I like Bob Quinn, some of the selections he's made in the draft. I think he's hitting the draft in the middle rounds better than Martin Mayhew had ever done. Okay, I trust his draft selection more than any other Lions general manager this century. You know, that ain't hard to beat. Okay, I'm not gonna praise him. That's like praising him. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we'll see, man. We'll see. I think, and I said yesterday, I thought he intentionally didn't get a running game to help Jim Caldwell get the hell out of here last year. Okay, but we'll see what they do in the offseason. I'm gonna save some offseason for talk, but don't be surprised if Jim Bob Cooter don't be retained as the Lions offensive coordinator. Okay, you know, I just wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't. It's no silver lining this year yet, where they heat up at the end of the year and start putting points on the board. I can see them using injury as an issue. I can see them using Golden Tate trade as an issue, using Kerryon Johnson. Oh, if Golden Tate and if we had Tate and if Kerryon was healthy and Lang was healthy and Wagner was healthy and Jones stay healthy, I believe we would have easily made the playoffs in the NFC North. Watch what I tell you with Bob Quinn come out and say and Patricia say. You know what I'm saying? People think that Matt Patricia come out here praising Jim Bob Cooter is kind of just window dressing. You know what I'm saying? You know, window dressing for him to fire him at the season. I think he really liked Jim Bob Cooter, man. Okay? Because if he didn't like Jim Bob Cooter should have been out of here game 6 at the most. You know, I got a strong feeling that they're going to keep Jim Bob Cooter. And I could be wrong, okay? I could be super duper wrong. But I got a really, really strong feeling that they're going to retain and they're going to keep Jim Bob Cooter, man. I don't know why. You know, I just got that feeling, okay? I just feel like looking at the Vikings fire their offensive coordinator, looking at the Bengals get rid of Terrell Austin, like the Lions should have made a desperate move, but they didn't, you know? You know, I think their problems are deeper, and I think it starts with Matthew Stafford. I think they know they have a problem. All right, but that's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you feel in the comment section. Motor City Sports Talk. Catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also, you can reach out to me in the email or DM me on one of the social media sites. I appreciate everybody for checking in, man. And if you want to make a donation, that link's in the description. Also, the instrumental link is in the description as well. Continue to share the videos, man. Hit the subscribe button, the bell icon button. I'm just putting in work, man. I appreciate everybody helping us reach to the top. We finally got monetized last week. Appreciate it. If you want to follow my other channel, Goodfellas Sports TV, on YouTube, and all my social media links are in the description of one of my videos. If you're into other sports talk, music, entertainment, and other things we got going on over there. Motor City Sports Talk, we out.